Huge thank you to my 4 members on YouTube. Thank you so much for supporting what I do. Hi! Hello! Welcome! Have you ever wanted to switch from a squared frame on your stream to a rounded one but didn't know how to? Well, your boy found a way. We're gonna be going from a just chatting scene like this to smoothly transitioning our webcam to having rounded edges like this. Kinda like how Nutty does it on his stream. We're doing some magic again. How's it going, guys? Hope you all having a fantastic day. My name is DeSynkro. If you're anything like me on your streams, then you love adding, learning, and innovating new things on your own live stream. There's this really cool effect that Nutty does when they go from their just chatting screen to adding a rounded edge to the webcam frame. I've always wondered how he did that, and I think at one point Nutty did mention that it's not as simple as it looks.
The way you have your transition from just chatting to your gameplay scene with the rounded edges, there's a lot to that.
I've been experimenting with a couple of things recently, and I think I found a way of doing it. It's probably not the most efficient way, but it's how I figured it out. We're gonna be learning how to do that today. I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to do this on your touch portal, how to activate it with your touch portal, and then how to activate it using your Elgato Stream Deck. Guys, if this video helps you in any way, consider liking and subscribing. Also, share it around with your friends so they can learn something new too. And thank you so much to Nutty for being such a huge inspiration in my content creation adventure. Congratulations on 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube, Nutty, and congratulations on 8 years of streaming. Here's to many more, dude. Go show him some love when you get the chance. Nutty's content makes mine look like child's play in comparison. For now. One day, Nutty, one day we will be matched. So, what are we gonna need for this? The most important tool that we're going to need for this is Exeldro's Move plugin. I don't know any other way of doing this without his plugin. The other thing that we're going to need as well is the OBS shader filter. We're going to be loading in a custom filter to make our webcam frame have rounded edges. The third thing that we need is a custom shader available in Nutty's Discord. I would upload it to my own Discord, but I think it's kind of rude for me to take something from his Discord just to upload it on mine. So if you guys want to check out his Discord, their link is on the description. So check out Nutty's Discord, head over to his design files, and look for the rounded corner shader. And please, guys, don't just join with the sole intent to take some free stuff and then leave. That's super rude. Show him some support, say thank you, and tell him DeSynkro sent you. And like I mentioned, I'll be teaching you guys how to do this on Touch Portal, so make sure you have that. All of the links will be on the description. To install them, super easy, the same exact way that you install any plugin. Go to their page and click the download. I prefer installing via zip files. Once they're done downloading, drag and drop the contents of the zip into your OBS directory, and you're good to go. To install the custom shader from Nutty's Discord, it's best to put the file in the same folder as the other shaders from OBS Shader Filter. To find them, go to your OBS directory, head over to Data, OBS Plugins, Shader Filter, and Examples. Just put the little shader there, safest place so you don't accidentally delete it. Installing Touch Portal is piss easy. Head over to the website, download the exe, install it, and then follow my tutorial on how to set it all up. So first things first, we gotta set up our sources and scenes on OBS. Let's start off by making 4 scenes. One for our just chatting, one for our gameplay. The third one that we're making is our gameplay one, but we're going to make the camera vertically instead of horizontal. And finally, the last thing that we're going to make is a hotkeys scene. We're basically going to be using the dummy button method that I taught you guys on how to control your touch portal with your Stream Deck. Once that's done, let's make our sources. We'll go top to bottom. So starting with our just chatting, let's first make a video capture source. Let's call it webcam. There we go. Now right click, go to transform, edit transform, and change the positional alignment from top left to center. This part is a little bit important, right? And just put it back into place. So let's go to our gameplay scene, and we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be adding our video capture device. We already have it created, so we can just slap it there. Double check to make sure that the edit transform is set to center. Shrink it down as if it was a gameplay. And for the sake of this tutorial, let's add in a random source. You can add whatever you want. I'm just going to use an image. So now let's do the same thing to our gameplay vertical. So head over there, create a new video capture device. Let's add our webcam. Double check to make sure the transform is set to center. Resize it to whatever we want. And then let's add our image that we use as like a little example. And now on our hotkey scene, we're going to make 3 dummy sources. We're never really going to do anything with these sources. They just need to exist. I usually make them color sources and then set them to 1 by 1 pixel. We're going to name them JC for just chatting. Then we're going to make one GP for gameplay. And then the last one that we're going to add is going to be GP vertical. Cool, now that we have all of that, let's start adding the filters that we need. So head over to your webcam source, go to filters, and add the following filters. Add one crop/pad, but don't change anything yet. Then add one user-defined shader from the shader filter plugin. Click load shader from text file, head over to browse, and look for the rounded edge shader that we downloaded from Nutty's Discord. Alright, now we have to add a couple of move values. This one is from Excelsior's move plugin. We're gonna need 2 move values for each of the scenes that we're using, so a total of 6. What we're going to be doing to make our job easier, we're going to be making 2 of them, setting them up a little bit, and then duplicating them so they keep similar settings. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is click the plus, head over to move value. Let's name the just chatting crop, and then we're going to make a second one, move value, and then we're going to name it just chatting edges. Head over to filter and link the crop one to the crop pad, and then link the edges to the user-defined shader. Change them from single setting to settings. Change the custom duration to 1000 milliseconds. Now duplicate them both and rename them to gameplay crop and gameplay edges. Alright, so now on gameplay edges, this is where we're going to be making the rounded edges. So click on gameplay edges, and where it says corner radius, change that to a value that you prefer. I usually go with 60 on mine, but you can choose whatever you want. And once you click the eye icon, your edges are going to become rounded. And if you want them to be even more round, you can increase that value. So let's go 150, and there you go. And if you want to change them back, just open the just chatting edges eye, and it'll smoothly transition back to normal. Awesome, now let's duplicate the filters again. We're going to instead now name these gameplay vertical crop and gameplay vertical edges. Let's change the crop settings this time. You'll have to play around a bit to get a feel for what you like, but if you want a starting point, these are the settings that I use. I go 600 left, 600 right, and 100 at the top. Flick this on, and there you go. We have a vertical monitor, and then we can apply the edges to it. Alright, awesome. Now we're done with the filter. So if you were to turn on the just chatting, you'll see that it'll go back to normal. If you go to gameplay crop, it'll just round the edges. And if you go gameplay vertical, it'll not only round the edges if they're not already rounded, but you'll also get cropped into a vertical frame. So why is it that we have to use a crop filter instead of just pressing and holding Alt and then cropping it? If you use the traditional cropping method, this is what's going to happen. It's not going to automatically convert the edge into a rounded edge. You have to use the crop filter, as far as I'm aware. Now that we're done with this, let's head over to Touch Portal. Over in Touch Portal, we need to create a couple of events. So head over to the Events tab, and let's make a brand new event. Let's name it Just Chatting, and on the event over here, let's change this to OBS on Source Visibility Change. Where it says when OBS source, we're going to be looking for the JC. That's our hotkey that we created. And where it says becomes hidden, change that to becomes visible. All right, now we need to make a flow of action. Over here on the Add Action tab, scroll all the way until you find OBS and add a source visibility action. Change this from toggle to hide for scene, hotkeys, the source, JC. Then add a set scene action, OBS scene selection, just chatting. And then add 2 set source filters. And we're going to be changing this. Turn on for source, webcam, the filter, just chatting crop on. Turn for source, webcam, the filter, just chatting edges on. And then hit save. All right, so we're done with the first one. You guys should have a rough idea on what to do next. Now we're going to make 2 more events, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing that we did for the just chatting, only we're going to be doing it for the 2 other scenes that we have. I'm going to teach you guys a quick little shortcut to basically copy over the flow of actions, right? So click edit on the just chatting one that you've done, press and hold control and select all of these. Right click, copy all selected. Then when you make a new event, you can just right click and paste them all in, and then all you got to do is just change them. By the end of it, you should have 1 just chatting, 1 gameplay, and 1 gameplay vertical. Now let's turn them into Touch Portal buttons. Head over to Pages, click on a blank space, name it leave on pressed. On the add actions, look for action source visibility, set it to show, for scene, hotkeys, the source, JC, and then save. Now simply right click, copy button, and paste for the other two, rename, and then change this to GP, and the final one, rename, change this to GP vertical, and there you go. Now we have all three buttons as touch portal buttons, which means when we press it on our phones, it'll automatically switch. Oh yeah, and two tiny details just to keep in mind, head over to your hotkeys and make sure that they're turned off. And the second thing is make sure you go over to your scene transitions and then add a move transition. You don't have to change anything on it. Make sure the duration is the same as what we set on our filter, so 1000. And now, once you press those buttons on your touch portal, this is what happens. Now, let's make it so we can do this on our Stream Deck. On our Stream Deck software, this is how easy it is to do that. Just add 3 sources, change this to hotkeys for each of the hotkeys that we made. And now when we press them on our Stream Deck, it's going to do exactly what we set out to do on Touch Portal. How cool is that? I think it's going to take a while for you guys to mentally adapt to the fact that you're changing scenes using a source switch. Yeah, you'll get used to it. Well, there you go. Now you can easily transition from a square frame to a rounded edge frame on your webcam. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way out there to do this, but this is how I know on how to do it. If you guys do know another way though, let me know because I'd love to learn it. If you guys have made it this far into the video, tell me some of the cool and crazy stuff that you're going to be creating with this method. And if you don't feel like commenting anything, just leave a little heart emoji in the comments or something. Engagement helps the channel grow, so help a brother out. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this video was able to help you or a friend of yours in any way, shape, or form. And thank you so much to the 4 legends that are going the extra mile to support my content with your membership. It means a lot and it helps me keep doing this full time. If you have any questions and want to learn more, come check us out on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays starting at 4 p.m. Australia Western Standard Time. Love to see you there. That's all for this video, friends. I hope you all have an amazing day and an amazing stream. I'll catch you all later.